Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I'm Naresh Mago and with me is Saira Mushtaba with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches Rozgar Mela, hands over 75,000 appointment letters. India is marching towards becoming self-reliant in every sector, asserts the Prime Minister. Prime Minister to virtually attend Grih Pravesh of 4.5 lakh Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Grameen beneficiaries in Satna, Madhya Pradesh later in the day. Festival of Dhanteras being celebrated in different parts of the country today. At least 15 people killed and 35 injured in a bus accident in Rewa, Madhya Pradesh late last night. President, Vice President and Prime Minister expressed grief over the accident. And Sagar Dangi bags gold and silver medals in junior men's 10-meter air pistol team and individual events at ISSF World Championship in Cairo, Egypt. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched a mega recruitment drive, Rozgar Mela, for 10 lakh personnel today. On this occasion, appointment letters for various posts of central government were handed over to 75,000 newly inducted appointees in the first tranche. While addressing the new appointees through video conferencing, the Prime Minister said, "This is another step to provide employment opportunities to youth." He said several steps have been taken by the government to provide employment and self-employment opportunities in the last 8 years.
बीते 8 वर्षों में पहले भी लाखों युवाओं को नियुक्ति पत्र दिए गए हैं, लेकिन इस बार हमने तय किया कि इकट्ठे नियुक्ति पत्र देने की परंपरा भी शुरू की जाए, ताकि डिपार्टमेंट में भी टाइम बाउंड प्रक्रियाएं पूरा करने और निर्धारित लक्ष्य को जल्द से पार करने का एक सामूहिक स्वभाव बने, सामूहिक प्रयास.
He said India is marching towards becoming self-reliant in every sector and the target of becoming a developed nation can be achieved with contributions from everyone.
विकसित भारत के संकल्प की सिद्धि के लिए हम आत्मनिर्भर भारत के रास्ते पर चल रहे हैं. इसमें हमारे इनोवेटर्स, हमारे एंटरप्रेन्योर्स, हमारे उद्यमी, हमारे किसान, सर्विसेज और मैन्युफैक्चरिंग से जुड़े हर किसी की बहुत बड़ी भूमिका है. यानी विकसित भारत का निर्माण सबके प्रयास से ही संभव है.
He said India is the 5th biggest economy now and this feat has been achieved due to the reforms undertaken in the last 8 years. He said the government has set a target to spend 100 lakh crore rupees on infrastructure development in the country. He said work for creating robust infrastructure in the country are creating several employment opportunities for people. The Prime Minister said youth are the strength of the country and the central government is working on several fronts to provide them employment opportunities. He said the government has given special focus on skill development of youth.
आज हमारा सबसे अधिक बल युवाओं के कौशल के विकास पर है, स्किल डेवलपमेंट पर है. प्रधानमंत्री कौशल विकास योजना के तहत देश के उद्योगों की जरूरतों के हिसाब से युवाओं को ट्रेनिंग देने का एक बहुत बड़ा अभियान चल रहा है. इसके तहत अभी तक 1.25 करोड़ से अधिक युवाओं को स्किल इंडिया अभियान की मदद से ट्रेन किया जा चुका है. इसके लिए देश भर में कौशल विकास केंद्र खोले गए हैं.
The Prime Minister said 1 crore job opportunities have been generated in Khadi and Gramodyog sector. He said 80,000 startups have emerged in the country within a span of a few years and lakhs of people are working in these startups. He said employment was provided to 7 crore people through MG Narega. The Prime Minister expressed confidence that the boost to create a robust digital infrastructure and expansion of the 5G network in the country will generate more employment for the people. Mr. Modi said India is scaling new heights with Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. He said these initiatives have led to a significant rise in the number of exports and the country is marching to become a global hub in various sectors. He said record exports reflect that several new employment opportunities have been generated in every field. He said Employees Provident Fund Organization, EPFO, has added around 17 lakh net members in August this year. The Prime Minister congratulated the new appointees, saying that the efficiency of government departments has increased due to the efforts of the country's Karma Yogis. He also greeted everyone on the occasion of Dhanteras. Minister of State for Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions, Dr. Jitendra Singh said, "This day is historic as 75,000 appointment letters were issued to the youths." He says several decisions have been taken for the welfare of the youth and providing them employment opportunities in various sectors.
इन नियुक्तियों की विशेषता एक ये भी है कि भारत सरकार के लगभग सभी विभागों और मंत्रालयों में ये नियुक्तियां की जा रही हैं। गृह मंत्रालय से रेलवे तक, शहरी विकास से ग्रामीण विकास तक, स्वास्थ्य से शिक्षा तक। एक ये भी विशेषता कि इन नियुक्तियों के लाभार्थी देश के लगभग सभी राज्यों और केंद्र शासित प्रदेशों में फैले हुए हैं और साथ ही साथ ये नियुक्तियां लगभग सभी पदों पर, सभी स्तर पर की जा रही हैं।
All ministries and departments are working towards filling up the existing vacancies against sanctioned posts in a mission mode. The new recruits will join 38 ministries and departments of central government. The appointees will join Group A, B and C levels. The posts on which appointments are being made include Central Armed Force Personnel, Sub-Inspector, Constable, LDC, Steno, Income Tax Inspectors and MTS. In Tamil Nadu, Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today interacted with the beneficiaries of Prime Minister's Rozgar Yojana at Chennai. Later, she handed over appointment letters to 230 beneficiaries for employment at various departments of the Union government. The beneficiaries expressed happiness at the initiative of the government in providing employment, which paved the way for the betterment of their future, and thanked the efforts of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Speaking to the beneficiaries at Coimbatore, Minister of State for Social Justice Narayanasamy said this was a gift for Diwali from the Prime Minister. He said that the occasion assumes significance that while India is celebrating 75 years, 75,000 youth have been provided employment from the government. He said that due to the continuous efforts of the government, the Make in India projects and the startup schemes of the government have provided ample opportunities for a bright future of the country. He said that through the Make in India projects, the imports have reduced and domestic production has increased.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will virtually participate in Griha Pravesham of 4,51,000 beneficiaries of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin in Satna in Madhya Pradesh later in the day. The Prime Minister will address the gathering on this occasion. Around 29 lakh houses have been completed in Madhya Pradesh at a cost of more than 35,000 crore rupees under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin. About 38 lakh houses have been sanctioned in Madhya Pradesh so far. It has been a constant endeavour of Prime Minister Modi to provide a house having all basic amenities to each citizen. More details from our correspondent.
48 lakh houses have been sanctioned in Madhya Pradesh so far under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin. Out of these, 29 lakh houses have been completed. The government has spent more than 35,000 crore rupees on the construction of these houses. Madhya Pradesh is one of the leading states in the country in the construction of houses under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin. These 4,51,000 houses have been completed within the last 6 months. Beneficiaries of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin are also being provided benefits of other schemes like Ujjwala Yojana, Swachh Bharat Mission and Ayushman Card in the state. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Bhopal.
In Uttar Pradesh, preparations are in full swing for the Grand Deepotsav festival in Ayodhya tomorrow, in which Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also participate. This is the 6th Deepotsav in a row, which is being organized by the Yogi government. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath yesterday reviewed the preparations. Our correspondent reports that this year the target is to light more than 15 lakh earthen lamps at the ghats of Saryu and in the ancient city of Ayodhya. The festival of Dhanteras is being celebrated in different parts of the country today. Dhanteras is also known as Dhantriyodashi and Dhanvantri Jayanti. People consider this as an auspicious day to make new purchases, especially gold or silver articles and new utensils. The day also sees heavy purchases of appliances and automobiles.
More than 219 crore 53 lakh vaccine doses have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide COVID-19 vaccination drive. The Union Health and Family Welfare Ministry said over 290,000 vaccine doses were administered in the last 24 hours. During the same period, 2,112 new COVID cases were reported in the country. The active caseload currently stands at over 24,000. More than 3,000 people have recovered in the last 24 hours. In Jammu and Kashmir, the historic Mughal Road, the alternate national highway connecting the twin border districts of Poonch and Rajouri in the Jammu region with Shopian district in Kashmir division, was reopened for vehicular traffic today after a 2-day closure due to heavy snowfall. Our correspondent reports that all the vehicles stranded on the alternate highway have been cleared. There was heavy snowfall in the high altitude areas of Pir Ki Gali, Poshana and adjoining places on the intervening night of Wednesday and Thursday. Due to early snowfall on October the 18th, the road remained closed for a day and nearly 100 passengers were stranded after traffic was suspended.
You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches Rozgar Mela, hands over 75,000 appointment letters. India is marching towards becoming self-reliant in every sector, asserts Prime Minister. Prime Minister to virtually attend Griha Pravesh of 4.5 lakh Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Grameen beneficiaries in Satna, Madhya Pradesh later in the day. Festival of Dhanteras being celebrated in different parts of the country today. At least 15 people killed and 35 injured in a bus accident in Rewa, Madhya Pradesh late last night. President, Vice President and Prime Minister expressed grief over accident. And Sagar Dangi bags gold and silver medals in junior men's 10-meter air pistol team and individual events at ISSF World Championship in Cairo, Egypt. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter at TIR News Alerts.
I am India. Look at me. Know my name.
We're one of the most mega diverse countries on this planet.
Our weddings, our fashion statements, they're all inspired by our silver screen heroes and heroines.
A 75 years young India.
What we are really going to see India become is a powerhouse.
India 2.0.
The Journey of India from 14th October every Friday at 7 p.m. in Hindi and 10 p.m. in English on DD National.
कंपटीशन की अगर आप कर रहे हैं तैयारी तो उनके लिए ऑल इंडिया रेडियो पर हम लाए हैं अभ्यास, एक ऐसा कार्यक्रम जिसमें आप पूछेंगे सवाल व्हाट्सएप नंबर 9289094044 पर या फिर ईमेल करेंगे abhyas.airnews@gmail.com पर और हमारे विशेषज्ञ देंगे इसका जवाब। आपका अभ्यास हमारा प्रयास।
Over 30 lakh government officials of the country will be trained in emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning and blockchain for effective governance and service delivery at the grassroots level. Minister of State for Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions, Dr. Jitendra Singh announced this while speaking at Indian Institute of Public Administration, New Delhi yesterday. Highlighting the role of artificial intelligence and machine learning in governance, Dr. Singh said these technologies can play an effective role in the implementation of GST and income tax. He said blockchain technology can be effective in securing records and certificates. Dr. Singh said civil servants will use these technologies in day-to-day work and administration soon. He said Prime Minister Narendra Modi has introduced innovation in governance and made it technology-driven. He said the Indian growth story has been driven largely by technology adoption in governance like Aadhaar, direct benefit transfer and unified payment interface. In Madhya Pradesh, 15 people were killed and 35 others injured in a bus accident in Rewa district late last night. According to the information, the bus going from Jabalpur to Prayagraj via Rewa collided with the trailer on National Highway 30. The district administration reached the spot as soon as the accident was reported and relief and rescue work was started. All the injured have been admitted to Civil Hospital Tionthar and Rewa. President Draupadi Murmu, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar and Prime Minister Narendra Modi have expressed grief over the tragic bus accident in Rewa district of Madhya Pradesh. The Prime Minister also announced an ex gratia of 2 lakh rupees each from Prime Minister's National Relief Fund to the next of the kin of the deceased. The injured would be given 50,000 rupees each. Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan has also expressed grief over the accident. He spoke to Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath on phone and informed him of the relief work. He said that the mortal remains of those killed in the accident will be sent to Prayagraj with respect. Apart from this, the injured are also being treated free of cost. Madhya Pradesh Transport Minister Govind Singh Rajput also expressed grief over the incident. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has expressed condolence over the loss of lives in the accident. The state government has rushed a team of senior officials to the accident site to assist in rescue and relief work and give all kind of assistance to the affected people. The Uttar Pradesh government has also announced an ex gratia of 2 lakh rupees each to the family of the deceased and 50,000 each to the injured.
Over the past 75 years since independence, India's largest public service broadcaster, All India Radio, has been the proverbial storyteller for crores of people across the country. All India Radio is celebrating 75 years of freedom with a series, Azad Bharat Ki Baat, Akashvani Ke Saath. It showcases the journey of India since independence in various walks of life through the storytelling of All India Radio. In today's episode, we bring you the story of India's achievements in sports from 2014 onwards.
India has made several achievements in various fields after independence, and sports is no exception to it. Indian players have made the country proud from time to time. Union Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports has taken several steps to encourage sports in the country. The Sports Authority of India is credited for the advancement of sports and games in the country. The picture of the world of sports has changed in the country in the last 8 years. The reason for this success is the government's Target Podium scheme, TOPS, which was launched in May 2015. Under the scheme, main focus is given to athletics, badminton, boxing, archery, wrestling and shooting sports. The objective of this scheme was to identify the talent of those sportspersons who have the potential to win Olympic medals and then nurture them. After TOPS, the government started the Khelo India scheme to give a platform to young and talented players, which started in 2017-18. Fit India movement was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the 29th of August 2019 on the occasion of National Sports Day.
Fitness एक शब्द नहीं है, बल्कि स्वस्थ और समृद्ध जीवन की एक जरूरी शर्त है. हमारी संस्कृति में तो हमेशा से ही फिटनेस पर बहुत ज्यादा जोर दिया गया है.
Fit India movement has played an important role in giving a new direction to sports in the country. Sports Talent Search Portal was launched in 2017 to recognize the best talent among the youth of the country. In the 2014 Incheon Asian Games, India won a total of 57 medals, including 11 gold. The men's hockey team had won the gold medal in the Asian Games after a long wait of 16 years. India hosted the Men's Under-17 Football World Cup in 2017. This was the first time that India had hosted a FIFA tournament. India's star female badminton player PV Sindhu won the women's singles title at the 2019 World Championships in Basel. Sindhu is a silver medalist at the 2016 Rio Olympics and a bronze medalist at the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. The year 2018 was great for India. Mary Kom won the world boxing title.
The judges have scored this bout as a unanimous points decision in favour of the red corner.
Mary Kom is beaming from ear to ear because the iconic Indian boxer has just claimed her first Commonwealth Games gold medal in this her Commonwealth Games debut. Delight up in the stands. Mary Kom giving thanks, a unanimous points decision victor over Northern Ireland's Christina O'Hara.
In the year 2018, Hima Das became the first Indian woman to win gold at the IAAF World Under-20 Athletics Championships when she won the 400-meter race title in Finland. Manika Batra won India's first table tennis gold in women's singles at the 2018 Commonwealth Games. In the same year, Deepa Karmakar bagged gold in the Gymnastics World Cup. India won a total of 7 medals in the 2021 Olympics, including 1 gold, 2 silver and 4 bronze. In the Paralympics, Indian players performed the best, winning 5 gold, 8 silver and 6 bronze medals to finish 24th. India also created history in the track and field athlete event in the Olympics when javelin thrower Neeraj won the gold medal.
टोक्यो 2020 में ट्रैक एंड फील्ड के जैवलिन मुकाबले में स्वर्ण पदक जीत लिया है भारत के थ्रोअर नीरज चोपड़ा ने। कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट, एशियन गेम्स गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट और अब ओलंपिक गेम्स के गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट नीरज चोपड़ा।
India's performance in the Commonwealth Games was also phenomenal in 2022 as it finished 4th with 61 medals. India dominated in weightlifting, wrestling and boxing. The men's badminton team created history by winning the Thomas Cup title for the first time in 2022. In the same year, the country's star wrestler Vinesh Phogat created history by winning a bronze medal at the World Wrestling Championships. The Chess Olympiad was also successfully organized in Mabalapuram, Tamil Nadu for the first time in India.
आजाद भारत की बात आकाशवाणी के साथ can be accessed on Twitter at AIR News Alerts, News on AIR official YouTube channel, News on AIR app, Facebook and Instagram handles. So tune in to All India Radio News for Azad Bharat Ki Baat Akashvani ke saath. National Crisis Management Committee NCMC has reviewed the preparedness of central ministries, agencies, state and union territories governments for the possible cyclonic storm over the Bay of Bengal on Monday and Tuesday. The meeting was held under the chairmanship of Cabinet Secretary Rajiv Gauba. During the meeting, Mr. Gauba stressed that preventive and precautionary measures should be taken by the concerned authorities of the state, union territories, governments and concerned central agencies. He asked the concerned authorities to keep loss of lives to zero and minimize damage to property and infrastructure like power and telecom. He also asked to restore the damage at the earliest. The Cabinet Secretary said fishermen at sea should be called back and it must be ensured that people from vulnerable areas are evacuated well in time before the storm. The Cabinet Secretary assured the state and union territories that all central agencies are ready and will be available for assistance. The Chief Secretaries of Odisha, West Bengal and Andaman and Nicobar Islands and the Special Chief Secretary of Andhra Pradesh apprised the committee about the preparatory measures being taken to protect the lives.
The Indian Panorama, flagship component of the International Film Festival of India, IFFI, has announced selection of 25 feature films and 20 non-feature films today. The selected films will be showcased at the 53rd IFFI to be held from 20th to 28th November this year in Goa. The selected feature films include Mahananda, Three of Us, Dabri Kuruvi, Hadinilentu, Lotus Blooms, Ariyippu, Sher Shivraj, Kira, Khudiram Bose, among others. The famous films include The Kashmir Files, RRR, Rodram, Ronam, Rudiram. Akhanda will also be showcased. Ministry of Information and Broadcasting said the non-feature films include Patal Ti, Adil Ray, Art of Satyajit Ray, Khajuraho, Anand or Mukti, Vibhajan Ki Vibhishaka, Ankahi Kahaniya, Madhyantar, Vitilekku, Yanam, Little Wings, among others. The selection of the Indian Panorama is made by eminent personalities comprising 12 jury members for feature films and 6 jury members for non-feature films led by the respective chairpersons. The Indian Panorama was introduced in 1978 to promote Indian films along with India's rich culture and heritage with the help of cinematic art. The new Central Committee, the top body of party elites, has been decided by the 20th National Congress of the Communist Party of China today. The names will be announced tomorrow at the first plenary session of the new Central Committee. Politburo Standing Committee is the apex decision-making body in China. State Council leadership, which implements the decisions, will continue till March next year when the new Premier will be announced at the annual Parliament session known as the Two Sessions. Our Beijing correspondent reports that Chinese Premier Li Keqiang is no longer among the 205 Central Committee members of the 20th CPC Party Congress, which means he will not be reappointed to the nation's all-powerful Politburo Standing Committee. Li had announced at Premier's press conference during this year's NPC in March that it was his last press conference as Premier. New Premier will be announced at the next NPC in March 2023. Till that time, he will continue as Premier.
In Afghanistan, Taliban has said that its security forces have killed 6 Islamic State members in an overnight operation in Kabul. A spokesman for the ruling group's administration said today that the Islamic State members killed in the raid on the hideout were involved in 2 major attacks in recent weeks. One attack was on a city mosque and the other on a tutoring institute in which dozens of female students were killed. No group has, however, claimed responsibility for either attacks. The U.S. House Committee investigating the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol has asked former President Donald Trump to testify in the riot case. The House Committee issued an order yesterday against Mr. Trump, who lawmakers say is the central cause of a coordinated, multi-part effort to overturn the results of the 2020 election. The 9-member panel issued a letter to Trump's lawyers demanding his testimony under oath by November 14 and outlining a request for a series of corresponding documents, including personal communications between the former president and members of Congress as well as extremist groups.
In ISSF World Championship, Sagar Dangi bagged gold and silver in the junior men's 10-meter air pistol team and individual events in Cairo, Egypt yesterday. India picked up 4 more medals, including 1 gold, at the end of day 9 of competitions. Sagar Dangi, Varun Tomar and Samrat Rana won gold in the men's 10-meter air pistol junior team event. Sagar Dangi bagged silver and Varun Tomar won bronze in the junior men's 10-meter air pistol event. Nancy and Sri Karthik Sabari Raj Ravi Shankar won bronze in the 10-meter air rifle junior mixed team event. India now have a tally of 30 medals, including 11 gold, 7 silver and 12 bronze, and are in the second place in the standings.
In T20 World Cup, in the opening match of the Super 12 stage, New Zealand have set a target of 201 runs against Australia at the Sydney Cricket Ground today. Batting first after losing the toss, New Zealand scored 200 runs for the loss of 3 wickets in the stipulated 20 overs. Australian opener Finn Allen gave a solid start to the team with a breezy 42 runs off just 16 balls that included 5 boundaries and 3 sixes. Devon Conway then steered the innings to a big total with a scintillating knock of 92 runs. For Australia, Hazelwood scabbed 2 wickets. India will begin its campaign at the T20 World Cup with a match against Pakistan at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, MCG, tomorrow.
Now let us have a look at the weather across the country today. National capital Delhi will have a mainly clear sky. The temperature will hover between a minimum of 20 degrees and a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius. Mumbai is likely to have a mainly clear sky. The minimum temperature was 26 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 33 degrees. Kolkata will have a mainly clear sky. The minimum temperature was 24 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 32 degrees. Chennai is expected to have a thunderstorm with rain. The minimum temperature was 24 and the maximum will be around 32 degrees. Jammu will have a mainly clear sky with the temperature hovering between 14 and 31 degrees Celsius. Srinagar will have a mainly clear sky. The minimum temperature there was 4 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 19 degrees. Muzaffarabad will have a mainly clear sky. Temperature will hover between 12 and 30 degrees. Leh is likely to have a partly cloudy sky with temperature varying between -1 and 13 degrees Celsius. Gilgit will have a partly cloudy sky. In the south, Hyderabad will have a generally cloudy sky. Bengaluru and Thiruvananthapuram will have generally cloudy skies with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. In Bengaluru, the temperature will hover between 19 and 29 degrees, while in Thiruvananthapuram it will be between 23 and 30 degrees. In the northeast, while Guwahati and Aizawl will have partly cloudy skies, Gangtok, Imphal, Itanagar and Shillong will have mainly clear skies. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches Rozgar Mela, hands over 75,000 appointment letters. India is marching towards becoming self-reliant in every sector, asserts Prime Minister. Prime Minister to virtually attend Grih Pravesh of 4.5 lakh Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin beneficiaries in Satna, Madhya Pradesh later in the day. Festival of Dhanteras being celebrated in different parts of the country today. At least 15 people killed and 35 injured in a bus accident in Rewa, Madhya Pradesh late last night. President, Vice President and Prime Minister expressed grief over the accident. And Sagar Dangi bags gold and silver medals in junior men's 10-meter air pistol team and individual events at ISSF World Championship in Cairo, Egypt. And with that, we end the midday news.